Hey, good evening. Kathy Beatty here with Divorce Support Anonymous, stepping into your life to give you some support and some help and tools and encouragement and hope, most of all, to know that you are going to get through this. This evening, we're going to talk about why do I need support? Why do I need to go into a support group? I want this to be very private as I go through a divorce. We all do. We all have our personal business and our personal things that we don't want aired and talked about. However, I want to share with you tonight how very critically important it is that you get some support. I'm talking group support and also some therapy support. Because you've never been through this experience before, you are going to need guides to help you, or you're going to have a lot of mistakes and prolong the healing process. I don't want that for you. I want you to get through this as quickly and efficiently as you can, because we all know too many years and too much time has already been wasted. My name again is Kathy Beatty, and this is my goal: to help guide people through the trauma of divorce, to minimize the damage with the least amount of damage, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and yes, physically, because it affects us in all of those areas. So I lead support groups. I've been doing this for 19 years, and my next group is going to be September 10th, just around the corner. In fact, about 10 days from now. Reach out to me and get a registration form. I'm having many people who are coming in for the first night just to see if this is a safe space that they could really get something out of. And I will tell you, I've done this before. I can't recall a person that didn't stay, because they realized very quickly how necessary this was for their own healing. So, September 10th, connect with me and get a registration form. Would love to have you join us and to start the healing process. Okay, support. We're going to talk about it. 3 reasons I'm going to give you tonight for support. There are hundreds of others, but I'm going to give you 3. Number 1, to know that you are not alone. Group allows you to hear other people's stories and to realize, wow, it's not just me. It's not just me going through this. Other people not only are going through it, they get me. They get what I'm going through. That is so normalizing, and it brings it down to where, okay, I can deal with this now because I know it's not just me. I am not alone. And that's why I say, and you saw, don't go through divorce alone. You can't. There's too many landmines that you can fall into and explode on you. Seen it too many times. Number 1, know that you're not alone. Number 2, to guard your heart, to protect you from making a lot of foolish mistakes. Because you see, our feelings are very strong at this point as we go into the group or as we're going through the divorce. And those feelings, they're real, but their perception is off. And our feelings can actually be lying to us about a lot of things, about this situation, about life in general, about who God is, about who we are, our value. All of those feelings get so mixed up as we're going through divorce. So one of the ways in which we can guard our heart is to hear good voices speaking into our life. I love this verse, and it's one I quote frequently. What do we need to do to guard our hearts? That's a question that I ask people when we're in the group. They may tell me a story of what they're planning to do or wanting to do. And I say, how are you guarding your heart in that? Because the scriptures tell us, above all else, about top-notch importance, guard your heart. For everything we have flows out of it. Everything, life flows out of it. It is a wellspring of life. So number 2 reason is to guard your heart. Number 3, to allow yourself to be ministered to. For many of us, that's hard. That's really difficult. We have been people in charge, making strong decisions, being powerful individuals, and now all of a sudden, life has just turned itself on its head. Life has turned itself on its head and has turned us on our head. We need someone to support us, to care for us, to give us hope, to tell us it is going to be okay. That has such incredible, incredible value. Looking around just to see if there's any comments or anyone out there. So hopefully there are, and you are hearing my message tonight. Start September 10th. And this is a group setting that you are going to get so much out of. In fact, I really love my groups. To watch them, these total strangers come into this room, men and women come into the room. And by the time we've spent those 10 weeks together, they have started a bond that is so incredible. And many times they'll meet frequently after the group ends just to stay in touch. So let me just share with you a couple of things. Workbook. This is our workbook. It's a big workbook, but there's no homework to do. There's no demands on it. It's something simply something that you can go through and you can get some guidance with. And then we are also going to use this book right here, which tells the story of my divorce, and also it helps you build your life after divorce. And then we also have this book, and all these 3 books come with this program, the 10 weeks. And this is the 30 days of healing after divorce, which I continue to get really good comments on. None of it is complicated. There's not a whole lot of text on any of the pages because I realize you're in trauma. And the last thing you want is some heavy text and heavy duty reading and studying to do. It's not that. You really go at your own pace. And we discuss the themes that are in the workbook. And also we'll mention some of the things that are in the other books as well. Now's the time. Now's the time to get that help. And you say, well, who goes to this group? Many people who've just begun the divorce process, some people who have finished the divorce process and know that they still have a lot of things to deal with. And then if the group decides, and my last group did, because they weren't ready to be done with each other. They really wanted to stay together for a group. So I have a follow-up program that is called Rebuilding Your Life After Divorce. And this is 8 weeks. And we go through and we look at every aspect of our life. And then we discuss. And at the end, we are creating a new life declaration. And that's actually coming up this Tuesday, where those individuals will stand bravely in front of us. And they will give their new life declaration that talks about what they're going to change, what no longer fits in their life, what they're going to do more of, and what their focus is for this new life. That comes after the initial 10 weeks of support. There's so much in there, but really the relationships of coming together. I provide the structure, I ask the questions, but the group really discusses and really supports each other. We don't give advice, we simply care for each other. And we walk through this very, very difficult journey with people who understand, and people are going through the same thing, and they want you to know that you're not alone as you go through the trauma of divorce. I hope this has been of help. Remember 3 reasons to know you're not alone, to guard your heart, to allow yourself to be ministered to. It's a unique time, and you need a unique setting to get you through it. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous, walking with you every step of the way through the trauma and after the trauma of divorce. Have a good evening.